You know what's funny? I'm AG the dad, and every time I see that the multiple sclerosis in the light of a warrior open, I look at it and I go, wow, the MS warrior could dance really good. Because in the little shadow of her dancing, yeah, we shot that. It was amazing. I was surprised that she had dancing skills. Multiple sclerosis is a serious disease that I know sometimes I joke about. I'm doing that just because I want people to lift up a little bit and know that life isn't over. That's why we are here. We're bringing awareness to multiple sclerosis, and we just want to try to just let you see what somebody else's journey is like dealing with MS, and maybe it'll help you. Quick disclaimer, this is not medical advice. It's just a MS warrior that is going through her journey, and she is just giving you her journey. All right. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to the one, the only, the MS warrior. ¿Qué pasó, amiga?
Hey, it's going pretty good today. I will explain that. But how's everything going, AG?
Man, I'm great. Let's just jump right in because your ass has got a lot to say today. I already know. And to the son who's in Mexico, hey man, stay, have fun, have a blast. AG the dad, and well, more so, her hubby has got her, but I got her over here in spirit. All right, so just make sure after this podcast you ain't tripping. But anyway, off to your thing. Do what you got to do and say what you got to say.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the podcast tonight with your girl, the MS Warrior, and of course, AG the dad. First things first, let me start off by saying that I need some light over here because I'm yellow. Hey, that's better. But anyhow, so anything and everything that I say on the podcast tonight is strictly what my medical team has advised for more. So what may be good for me may not be good for you. What may be good for you may not be good for me. So I would never, ever tell you, hey, because this, go out and take it. Okay. I don't claim to be a doctor. I will never give you medical advice. By all means, if you do need medical advice, please dial 911 or reach out to some family for some help. Okay, guys. With that being said, so kind of a lot going on for me since last week. I really didn't know if I was coming into a flare, you guys. Oh my God, I don't even want to say all this. Come on, get in here, get close. Okay, maybe he won't hear, okay, what I have to say. But I was kind of thinking, now no kids are in here, right? I was thinking, shit, I may have to go to the hospital for treatment. Symptoms started coming boom, bam at me. It started, and I don't know, I do see on some of my groups that I belong to, other warriors like myself, get this burning sensation, on your skin, and it almost feels like, sore to the touch. Not always just a burning sensation, but sore to the touch, and that's what was happening to my knee on my left side. And I was thinking, okay, I've had some burning, not burning, but that same sensation here. And this is the arm that flared up at my diagnosis. So it was sore, tender to the touch for about 2 weeks. And then, bam, I was hit with the relapse. And that was at my diagnosis. Well, my knee started, my skin felt like this. And even to move it, it was hurting. And I was like, okay, no big deal, but crap, my left side is always gives me problems, you know, daily. But the knee pain on top of that skin pain, I was hoping, hey, don't let this turn into anything, because um I didn't want to have to lie, but I would have in case. I would have lied to my son and not tell him, because he and his wife and their daughter, my puka butt, um, had plans and to go to Mexico. And I didn't want him to worry, and I didn't want him to say, well, I'm not going to. I didn't want him to do that. So, and I was thinking, okay, um, let me write this out. Of course, I didn't want to just jump like and be like, okay, the first day of all this going on, then go to the hospital and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Um, it doesn't seem to be as bad as other, or I should say, other flares or relapses. And I noticed also, and there was little other symptoms happening that I've experienced before and some that I haven't experienced before, like the knee thing, there in that particular area. But I've had the the weird sensation, you know, one time I had them just flaring up all over my body. And every time that would happen, I would look and I would have raised bumps, and that was it. 15, 20 seconds and they would go away, almost like the chills. They didn't cause pain. They didn't leave any marks, but it would just arise on my skin, like, like I got the goosies, and it would go right down. And actually, when that would happen, I would feel tingling sensation through my body, like as if I, got the chills. Just a second, guys. I need to switch this. Um, and so, and many, many times before, that sensation that I have experienced never turned into, a relapse or a flare. So I was thinking, of course, this time, okay, yeah, where are you? You've been through this before. And then I noticed when I would sit at an angle in my bed and look down at my phone or whatever I was doing, nails or whatever, I felt that electric shock going down my back, my spine, my head, and my spine. I've had that before, especially on a relapse and a flare. And um, even now, just with having the MS with no flare, no relapse, I still feel that sometimes, where the kind of position that I sit and bend my head down. Um, so that, which I haven't felt though in quite some time, but now I'm feeling it. So then a little tingling across my face, so little things, symptoms were a little heightened, and they still are right now. They still are. Today, though, seems to be a better day than the last past seven. That's for sure. I've been wearing a knee brace um, on my left leg, because my leg seems to want to go in hyper extended mode. It wants to go backwards. And it's like I almost don't have the control there to keep it aligned straight up. If you stand, well, my leg wants to go back, my knee wants to go back, you know, and right now it yeah, it's real bad on that left side. So, but today when I woke up, it was a little better today. The less I'm on it, the better it feels. And it's weird. You guys may just in general, as us being human, we have comfortable positions, that maybe your arm likes to be in a certain position, or your leg, or um, your head when you're resting, you're more comfortable in a certain position. Well, what's weird, has been like this all my life. My left leg always wants to be up, bent in. Um, when I was younger, when I used to stand and do dishes, my leg would be in and my foot would be resting on the inside of my right knee. So I'm standing almost like a flamingo, but my leg in. Um, it's comfortable like that. Now when I sit in bed, um, I my that leg likes to be bent and laid across my other knee. Um, in general, like now I'm sitting with both feet on the floor. My that leg wants to be in the chair, bent back in the chair. It's a feeling that I always have. That's its comfort spot for whatever reason. Maybe because there is something going on with this knee, and maybe now that I'm older and have MS, whatever I've done to it over the years with the bending and constantly, it doesn't want to be down. My leg doesn't want to be down. It wants to be bent. When I blow dry my hair and I'm sitting doing makeup, my leg is bent up in the chair. Like it's just a comfort. Like right now, it's almost a feeling like an irritation feeling, like I need to bend it back, and that's where it's comfortable at. I'm thinking maybe over, because of age and the MS, whatever, why that has always been an issue, maybe because of tendons or whatever now. And with the MS, it has created some tissue damage, maybe something in there. But I can say whatever um, I'm going through with the nerve down my spine and my leg, and some other issues. Oh, and I forgot to mention one big thing. I was so sick to my stomach. And that's how I knew too something's going on, because that vomit feeling constantly was waking me out of my sleep, and I was thinking, "Oh no, I can't go through a flare of relapse or flare right now. My son's got vacation plans. Oh, how am I gonna lie?" So um if he is watching, or he may see this video, sorry son, but I didn't want to ruin your vacation. But like I say, today I am um very good, actually. I had to go do blood work today. My since my last not feel so good after the injection and stuff, my neuro is doing blood work on me and stuff to check up on things. So I had to go do that today. Um, I am helping an elderly person out by cooking her meal. She's basically like a vegetarian, and Larry takes care of her, and she doesn't have anyone um, right now besides him. So I'm helping Larry pick up some slack just to make 7-day meals for her. She really needs it, and I'm more than happy, to help out. So we had to go grab some extra things that I wanted to do for her She provides her groceries and stuff like that. So, um, but today I was feeling like $1 million, and I was like, you know what? Hey, let's take me here, take me there. And we had a Walmart order to pick up our own personal groceries and stuff. So, um, I was actually out today and um, able to go out, take care of my blood work, go to the grocers, and stir up some food with me and my granddaughter. Of course, I don't do it alone. She helps me cut everything. She helps me blend and stuff like that. And she portioned everything for 7 day meals. We did that. So I've been up on my feet um, all day, hair, makeup, and everything. So today is a wonderful day. There was no way I'd be able to get through all this, guys, if I felt like this during the week, this week that's in the weekend. Yeah, there's no way. But I did contact my neuro on Thursday, and I was thinking, I don't want to go to the hospital because they always put you in a, they want me to do an MRI. Okay, yeah, that's a good thing. I don't need that right now. Let me tell it, about my own. Um, I don't honestly, I don't feel that it's a relapse. I really don't. Flare, yes. Relapse, no. Just by the severity and the symptoms from what I've experienced, I could say flare. Now, I was out in heat 2 days in a row last weekend preparing for our family night, and I played badminton outside. It was in the evening time. So I think I overdid it. So with knowing what I did a couple of days prior, I was like, I told myself, warrior, you've been doing a lot. You was out in the heat just for a little while too, but we warriors know it doesn't take much. Humidity, the change in just a few degrees in the room, the temperature, that can kick you into Timbuktu. So we have to be careful. And like right now, even though here at home we have central heat and air, this room doesn't get good air in it. You could see above my head back there, there's the vent. But under my desk here, I have a fan blowing right now because my body can't get too warm. And you know and we tend to over we don't think it's when we're doing things because we feel okay to do them, but later on we kind of pay for it, and then we have to think back and be like, oh shit, really, that's maybe why. I'm seeing right now a lot of my warriors on the channel, and usually they're here in the podcast. A lot of people are saying, I'm in a flare, I don't feel good, my symptoms are heightened. And hi, son. Uh-oh, spaghettios. Um, so,
Hey,
um,
I can kick him out. If you want me to kick him out, I kick him out. I got control. I get him the boot real quick. Be like, sorry, bro. You can't, Andy. Sorry, Andy. You can't be in the show today, man. It's sensitive information. Uh, for not your eyes only. Just remember, I hope you saw the very beginning, the open. Um, please enjoy the rest of your vacation in Hawaii. Please enjoy everything and concentrate. Just know that everybody in the United States, the whole STS, oh shit, I can say it. This ain't the morning service. Everybody, all the shit talking Sunday fans, the Warriors, everybody, we all got your mom. So when you finish this podcast, I still expect you to enjoy the rest of Mexico. And you know, sneak me out a couple of those tacos, man. Eggs
you
and
you basic yeah, yeah, you basically snitched on me already. But anyhow, but yeah, so you know, um our bodies are almost like psychic, right? And a lot of warriors, I'm sure, will agree, because with this heat, so many warriors are. I don't feel good. My symptoms, I'm in a flare. Um, just I see it boom, bam, all over the place. Well, I'm not exempt from that list. I just been keeping it hush hush because there's a certain somebody here in the room that I'm holding out information on. So, which is my son, because I didn't want to ruin his trip. So I was keeping um little secrets. They're just smidge. They were like this smidge. But yeah, definitely I feel like I said $1,000,000 today, but I haven't been feeling like that, and I've been dealing with it at home and really keeping an eye on my symptoms and waiting for my neuro to call me and direct me, and hopefully that maybe he's psychic too, and because he hasn't called back yet. Thursday will be 7 days. So today and bucks I don't have. Okay. um I I feel really good today, but my knee is like eh, bad. Today is okay. Like I said, I went out, I did my blood work. I needed to pick up some things for the little lady that I'm cooking for, helping Larry with. And so I got all that done, and my knee, I didn't have to put on that brace, and but yesterday and the day before, my knee has been killing me. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to cut it off. I was just like, oh my God, I wish I could take it off. But that got better, really got better. Okay, son, you too. Love you, son. So along came with that the knee, the skin. Oh my God, the MS hug, the friggin' spasms. Okay, I know I have mentioned before spasms like in my abdomen area, like my body wanted to kink up when I would yawn and stretch in the morning time. Not every morning does it do that, nor every day. Usually my MS hugs come and go at night. They wake me up out of my sleep, and they last for maybe 1 to 2 minutes. And it's an uncomfortable feeling, yes. And I feel tingly, I get hot. It almost feels like a hot flash, and then it turns into the hug, or vice versa. Like it almost seems like one creates the other, one starts the other. But this spasm, I have lightweight felt it before, like when one time I was on a relapse, not a flare, but a relapse. And after treatment, I felt like, my inside, my stomach area and my esophagus area, that I just felt like at any minute I can just start heaving and it wouldn't stop. Like I got this feeling that that spasm was going to cause me, or it was in my stomach, it was going to, I was going to vomit, and which that could happen. The spasms, we warriors suffer from spasms. It's very common. Um, I really don't suffer from them. Like I say, I've experienced them slightly off and on through my 5 years, and not even the whole 5 years. I would say that maybe the last year and a half, 2 years, just sporadically, in which usually at those times is when I am on a relapse, or not feeling well and have had to get treatment. That almost, and the nausea is off the charts. Oh my God, this time, whew, mm-mm. Oh God, it wasn't good. So in the middle of the night, I was up taking Zolfran. I was taking. So let me get to that. So I'm not a big medication person. Never have in my life. I was in my 40s when I took my first ibuprofen, and so I am not feeling well at all. And this now spasm and MS hug together, I can't distinguish which one is which. Okay. I can say either or because they both feel the same. Um, well, now that I think about it, no, MS is different. MS hug is different than the spasm that I was feeling. The MS hug, I get it here. I'll show. I get it here, right under my bra line, and it feels like some pressure, like I'm being squeezed. You know, just totally all the way around my body, just about a band's width all the way around. It's uncomfortable. It doesn't cause pain, but it feels like a hot flash. I get tingly and then I get this pressure. It wakes me up. I never ever had it in the daytime or when I've ever been awake. It's always in the middle of the night. It wakes me up and I realize, okay, I'm not having chest pain, so it's not a heart attack. Let me just breathe and it's gonna go away. And then slightly I feel it, declining. So then I fall asleep. This spasm, it comes with gosh, makes me nauseous. And those two together, mm, sucks ass, like for real. And I'm sure a lot of people out there, even if you don't have multiple sclerosis, but you suffer or have had spasms, especially in your stomach, yeah, it's not great. It's not a great feeling at all. So I was being woke up with this, and then even in the daytime, I was starting to feel that, and I was like, "Son of a beehive, really?" So I was suffering all week with this, and I said, "I've got medication, and I'm going to take it." I said, "Thank God my doctor prescribes me these meds because I really need them right now. Thank mercy, thank mercy, because I'm not one to take meds, and I knew." With all the symptoms that I was feeling, that this had to be of course, part of the puzzle that was forming, right? So I jumped up in the middle of the night, popping the Zofran to calm my stomach, pop the Baclofen. Now remember, guys, anything that I'm discussing with you tonight, sharing with you, it's solely what my medical team, my doctor has put on board for me. Please don't go out and ask somebody for some Baclofen or anything because it's not prescribed to you. What may be good for someone else may harm you, vice versa. So please, this is not medical advice. This is strictly my journey with multiple sclerosis, okay? And my symptoms and what my doctors have put on board to help alleviate my pain and symptoms. So I've never taken it before because I never really had to. Now I've had MS hugs before, and when those were new to me, I would put a heating pad across, my abdomen. And one thing that has bothered me with MS is my stomach. I get flare ups in my stomach to where I'm really nauseous. I'm in pain. My stomach feels like somebody's wringing it out like a towel, and it lasts for about 4 days. I can't eat. I can sip broth and sneak a little bit of something in, but I feel, like everything going in is going to come right back up. I'm in pain. I'm weak. Something about me and my system. I don't know if anybody is like me, but when I have a tummy ache, I am like weak as shit. Like overall weak, like like the flu week. Just over like certain stomach aches that I get. I'm like, it really affects my energy level. Now, I don't know if this is anything to do with um like the MS. I don't know, but it's weird, that I figured the episodes, yes, are the MS, but the tiredness when I do get a stomach ache, I'm like, well, okay, what the frick is that about? Right. Um, so let me tell you about my first trip with Baclofen. Okay. So, at this point, I'm feeling desperate. Like, I've got to calm this down because I don't think it's going anywhere because now I have 3, 4 symptoms. Um, and now this. So I'm like, okay, warrior, you must be in a flare. You did too much. Your leg is aching. Your spine is sending out electronic currents. And, so um, all these things are starting to happen. And I'm like, okay, let me sit down, take a breather, and address these things and make sure, that I choose the right thing to do. So um, I chose to be home and write it out a little bit and just, be easy on myself and take the necessary pills that I have to calm this crap down. Because if I didn't, it may have escalated. And then my go to is I'm going to the hospital. And like I said, my son was leaving. I didn't want to put a damper on his family's vacation and then be worrying, you know. And at this point, there I wasn't in need, you know. If I was, by all means, I would have put my health first and been like, no, I really need medical attention. I've been to that point to where I know what I can handle, what I feel may be going on, and what is out of my control. So, you know, that's I kind of waited it out. And usually sometimes when you do something, uh, about 2, 3, 4 days later, it'll kick you into a flare. You can cause yourself to have a damn flare. What kind of disease is this? You're already in my body wreaking havoc, but then now you're telling me that if I do something too much, you're gonna raise hell with me? You son of a mug, right? Yeah. So that's basically what we deal with. If we get too tired, oh, we could throw ourselves in a flare. Yeah. If I do too much today and I do too much tomorrow because I'm feeling what's my $1 million, like today, oh, in a couple days, be crying on the bedroom floor. Let me knock on wood, you guys. You know what I mean? But it can we can cause our own self some problems. So that's why it's imperative to stay hydrated, keep your core temperature, um, at a comfortable degree, because for some, I'm one of those people, but I love the heat. I don't like the heat now that I don't feel well, that I have the disease, because it makes me not feel good. So, and some days are just more tolerable than the other for me. Some days I can go outside on my porch and be like, "Oh my God, this heat feels so good." Then other days I go out on the porch and I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't breathe. I'm going back in." So it's weird. It's all depends on how this unpredictable disease is feeling that day. Okay, so I wish somebody would write a handbook and say, write, you know, with the disease to say, well, you can't do this, and don't do this, and so we have a guide to live by, so to speak, because actually we have to create our own. Of course, everybody body is different and is affected differently. There are some people with MS who are still gardening right now outside. That can't be me, unfortunately. I wish it were, because I miss the sun. I love it. But so we have to be in tuned with what our body, our tolerant level is, so um I just have to be careful, right now, um doing, because I don't know if I am in a true flare, or if I'm already on the decline of the flare because it started days ago. Little things were happening, a few days apart. And I was like, okay, that's back. So there's things that I was noticing that were showing, rearing its ugly face again. So um that kind of gave me some signals like, uh-oh. So um but today I am feeling okay. I'm sleeping well. I'm eating okay. I did yesterday. Well, since from last Tuesday to today, I have had to take the Baclofen 2 times. And one was yesterday because I felt my stomach tightening up. And I said, oh, I'm getting a jump on you quick. So my experience with Baclofen um, was, and I don't know your guys' experience, but my system is very naive, to medications. Um, when I took this, I was loaded. Can I say that? Oh my God. And don't ask me how do you know what loaded is? I've been loaded before. Shit.
I
So
was just gonna ask that. How do you know what loaded? Do you smoke cannabis sativa or cannabis indica?
I
Wait,
was
am I saying it right? I'm not sure because I'm
how
aging
you
before you know things like that.
yeah, how you know?
I don't know.
You said that word a little bit too clear. You pronounced it very
Well,
well.
because I'm a dad, I need to know what all the lingo is, and
Right?
so I try to stay up to date with
Up
that.
to
Uh, and Andy, yeah, have fun. Talk to your mom when you get back. Enjoy. Trust she's all right. The hard time, the scary part is already over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As I
she's
said, we
mentally
will
back.
talk when I
She's
get
back.
back.
Yeah, she's back. She didn't want you to know. Everybody was in the loop, but you. Just know that everybody. Shit Talking Sundays. Everybody was in the loop, but you, Andy. Shit Talking Sundays.
Oh
We
yeah.
every day is Shit Talking Sundays. Matter of fact, Andy, if you're not shit talking on the beaches of Mexico, letting everybody out there know that Shit Talking Sundays exist, and tell about YouTube, I expect at least one view from a Mexican out there in Mexico, or you ain't
Right.
doing your job.
Yeah. Family out there. Family out there.
Woo,
So
there it is.
yeah. Yeah. I might be in a little trouble when he gets back. But
Hey,
um
not my problem. That's your problem. Hey, quit trying to bring your problems to us. We just want to know about your MS journeys. We don't need to know about what goes on behind your closed doors. But then again,
right?
some of us, not me, but some of us want to know. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
we
Inquiring minds want to know.
inquiring minds might want to know. But anyway,
Yeah.
get back to what you were saying. Get back to what you were saying.
Yes. So never had taken the back clipping before because I never needed it. Um so man, I took that for the first time, and I was, if friends and family, if they know me, if they could hear me saying this, they'll be like, you took medicine? Yeah, I was desperate. I was like, oh heck no, this house, I gotta stop this right here and now, because no. And then I kept thinking, I kept saying, I cannot go through this. I have camping next month in August. We have a family camping trip. I cannot be in this condition. I can't go through this right now. It takes weeks to recover. I'm like, okay, if this is going to happen, all right, let's do it. I just called my neurologist because I'm like, okay, set me up at a hematology center for the 3 doses, and let me hurry up and go do this so I can recover and be on the good foot for camping. You guys, I'm getting in that lake. I want to go to the creamer. We always do when we go. I want to go get in the paddle boats, which Larry is going to be paddling. I can't paddle. I tried 3 years ago, and I almost sunk me and two of my grandkids because I could not paddle. Oh my goodness! But we had a blast there. Now it's a tradition for us. This is going to be our third year, but I want to wake up, help cook breakfast for my family. I don't want everybody getting up to make breakfast for me, so I need to be on the good foot, y'all. And so please, you warriors, please keep me in those warrior prayers that this is nothing big and it's already on its way out my body, because today I feel really good today. No joke. I feel back to myself. But as we know, um MS is unpredictable. But anyway, this baclofen, um I would say maybe with the hour, my eyes felt like I had sandbags in them, and I couldn't, I was fighting to keep them open, but it was like a loaded tired, not a MS tired. I felt heavy, and then I got giggly. I got giggly, like a loaded giggly. We were playing a game at that time. It's called 10,000. We've been playing, my grandkids, Larry and I, we've been playing a couple nights in a row. I've been kicking ass. I haven't won them all, but I've won a few games. Um, so I was really, and then I was like, "Ooh, should I go to sleep, or ride this out, see how it's going to make me finish filling and da da da." And so I did. And actually, yesterday was my second day taking it from a few days back. So I was like, okay. The first night I took it, it was in at night. So when I was feeling that loaded, I went to sleep. I was already sleepy. It was nighttime, so I went to sleep. But yesterday, um, I didn't want this to escalate into the night, so I popped it. It was the evening time, and to make sure, that I got the spasm in my gut under control. So, um, yeah, so I was loaded for maybe about an hour and a half. And then it went away, and I was just like back to normal, but it calmed down the spasm. It did work. I see some um, MS warriors saying, "Oh, baclofen doesn't work for me. What can I take? Who's taking what?" So I could, talk to my doctor and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm so happy that it worked for me. Both times I've taken it, and actually I can take it up to 3 times a day, need be. But shit, I would be loaded off my ass. I wouldn't be able to do nothing, guys. The way that made me feel, and my system is naive to baclofen. Whoo-wee. But it didn't have me, you know, out of my mind, or, too loopy or anything. But I did feel an effect from it, and it was a loaded one, like, and then it went away. That loaded feeling went away. So I was, yeah. So that's my experience with baclofen, but it really did help me, and it has calmed my worry down, because I kept thinking, whatever's going on here, of course it's caused from the MS. I've had CT scans of my belly and everything. I would say probably 2 years ago, a year ago. Nothing's wrong with my belly, so that doesn't worry me at all. And I just had my pap smears and everything done last month. Well, actually, maybe 2, 3 months now, and everything, turned out to be fine. So I don't feel like there's any other reasons why that would be happening. It does feel like a spasm, and of course, then the baclofen stopped it. So thank God I had that on board. And I'm hoping, everyone out there who's experiencing the spasms, I read it a lot on, the groups. Um, I just hope something, that someone's using really works for them, because it's not fun. It's definitely not fun at all to um experience the MS hug. The MS hug doesn't, for me, it doesn't as last as long as the spasm does. And the spasm almost doesn't go away. For me, it wasn't going away until I took the medicine. So that's different for me. Okay. So that's been my journey all week, and I have still, during the week, I still maintain what I needed to do, but in small smidges, you know. Um that way you don't want to push yourself when you're already um down a little bit, and down meaning you're having symptoms and you could possibly be coming into a flare. um for me, relapses hit harder. They hit way harder. I lose a lot of function in my mobility and stuff. So there's a difference for me. So even with a flare, of course, nobody wants to go through the flare because flares could last weeks. And each recovery time, no matter how long my flares are, it takes me weeks to come out of it, to come back to baseline. So, the little spurts in between, because that's what I was having. I wouldn't feel well, and then it would seem to go away, and then I'd feel okay. I wouldn't overdo that. But one day, Larry had to tell me, "Oh, you need to go sit down now," because I was doing too much, because I felt okay. And then maybe 30, 45 minutes after he said that to me, I already went to go sit down. I finished up what I was doing, and it was small. Shortly after that, I felt like shit. I felt like crap. And like I said, it was coming in waves. And then I would feel good. And then I wouldn't feel good. And then, so you just have to be mindful to your body. So when you aren't feeling at your best, what your best is, at certain times, don't push it. Do little smidges here and there. May take a little longer to get done of what you want to do or what you needed to do, but you're still getting it done, and you're not causing more downtime. Because if you push yourself and burn that out, burn what's left in you, you're going to take longer to recoup that. When you're having a flare. Okay? So um that's like the spoon theory, and that's becoming, I just heard about the spoon theory about a month ago, and I know I spoke about it here on the podcast. um I haven't used it too much, but that's something to relate to the spoon theory, of if you have 5 spoons, you have 5 tasks to do. You want to make sure you don't burn out all your spoons before you get to, you know, that fifth thing that you needed to do, you know, or however many things that you do in a day or need to do. You've got to limit your energy. So, on my first task, say if I have 3 spoons, I know that my energy has to last for my doctors, my grocery trip, and say come home and fold some clothes, whatever that may be. um, you have to limit, use 1 spoon. Don't get into your second spoon before you finish that first task. You'll run out. So it was a woman who came up with that spoon theory. It's pretty neat, and that's how she calculates her energy level, by that terminology, and using, her spoons, so to speak, for certain tasks that she needs to get done, um, whatever that may be. So um, I do that in a sense, but I don't use the spoon theory. I just know, because of my body, and just daily, okay, I'll do something and be like, okay, how am I feeling? Because I always rest in between. I'm not a go gadget, because my body will wreak havoc, and that's more detrimental to me than not being able to do certain things in my home a day or for myself. I don't worry about that. No, I don't worry about that because I know there's nothing that I need to be done that can't wait till tomorrow. I'm good with putting that off since I've been sick, but before, no, I've learned how to do that. My body has taught me that I feel better when I don't rush things. And I'm okay with that because, like, okay, I'm feeling pretty decent right now today. At least I went and put my vegetables, from the grocery store, cleaned them and put them away or whatever. If that's what I've done, I'm okay with that before I have to go lay it down. I've I've lived this way for 5 years. So I am comfortable with that because my mental state, my brain and my body tells me you're doing the right thing. It'll tell me when I'm not doing the right thing, and then I suffer behind it because now my body takes 4 or 5 days, even could take 6, 7 days, depends on how irritated that has caused me over burning myself out. But usually I don't have it like that to give, honestly. Some people with MS do. Yeah. Some people with MS work, come home, tend to family, husband, kids, schoolwork, and stuff like that. Yeah. So kudos to them. For myself, I don't have it like that. My MS doesn't function that way. My function with the MS is um, take your time, do what you can today, save for tomorrow what you can do tomorrow, and that works for me, and it works for our family. So it's really um, how you look at it, and if you don't think you're not doing enough, um, that's important because then you'll have it in your mind. Oh, I need to go do that. That needs to be done. I need to. You'll burn yourself out. You'll really burn yourself out by doing that, and you may not make yourself feel too well, and you know that can trickle to your symptoms being heightened, more symptoms arising because you're using things now in your brain to function that you don't have. You're using your reserve. And when your reserve burns out, that's hard to get that back. That may take a couple days, 48 hours, 72 hours. And if you've got things lined up for those next 48 hours, 72 hours, oh, you might as well cancel them. I've been there, done that. Yeah. So you just have to know your limits, guys, and be easy on yourself, and take it 1 minute at a time. Not one day at a time, 1 minute at a time, and you'll get through it. So that's big for me. What I want to say tonight, guys, before I close out tonight, is um, there is a new number for the crisis suicide hotline. It is now 988. Okay. That has been changed, and I'm sure the other 1-800 hotline numbers are still, or 1-800 suicide is still reachable through those numbers, but I am sure, guessing maybe months down the line from now, they may not be effective. So 988 is the new crisis suicide number. Okay, 988, very simple to remember. So if you are feeling any type of depression, please reach out to your family. If you are not feeling good spirit wise, please reach out to your family. Reach out to a suicide hotline. Reach out to us. um, you don't have to go through things alone, especially with MS. We're more susceptible to depression. Depression is very common with people who suffer with MS, as it is a neurological disease. And don't be afraid to reach out, as you're not alone. Millions of us suffer. So just please reach out to someone that you can speak with. Sometimes speaking with someone will change your mindset and change the direction of your mood, what you're feeling, that you're not feeling well. So please remember, easy number to remember, 988. It's only 3 digits. You guys, tonight, please, thank you for joining me, your girl, the MS Warrior. And I hope everyone is feeling well. Have a good night, but a better tomorrow. And don't forget, take care of yourself, because if you don't, who will? And always, 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 and it's free to do this. Get close. Get in here, guys. Get in my room. Are you listening? Okay. Please hit that like button. Hit that share button. That's all I ask. Spread the awareness. Spread the awareness. Spread the love as your MS Warrior does. Peace, you guys. Good night. Till next Tuesday here on what? Shit Talking Sundays with AG the Dad. You know what day it is? Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be there, be square. Your girl is out.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what? All joking aside, with all the things that are going on, mindset is just the beginning. Get yourself in the proper mindset, and from there, everything gets easier. Don't worry about the little things. Don't sweat the little things, because sometimes the little things is gonna what help you grow. All right.
Yeah.
I ain't got much more to say today. I'm actually of a few words today. It's been a hot day. The sun has drained me. I got up really early today. So everybody out there, be kind to each other. Be blessed. And don't be afraid to help somebody. Quit being selfish. You don't need to be selfish, or I forgot what the other word I wanted to say was, but you understand the point. Sometimes paying it forward is a cool thing. You'll be surprised how much joy you get out of helping a complete stranger that knows nothing about you, and you don't have to tell anybody. You know, the only person that has to know, or that will know and knows every time you do something good or bad, the Most High. So just know that all you people out there that are doing this, yeah, man, you see me, I just gave this homeless man a whole Whopper meal, or Big Mac meal, or chicken meal. Yeah. I challenge y'all to do it like I do. You ain't got to do all that, man. Just do it, and just tell people. Keep telling other people, hey, man, you should help others. If people always started talking about helping others, things might be a little bit better in this world. Whole lot of war going on. Whole lot of war. Before I forget, remember, every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, we have In the Light of a Warrior. Every Wednesday at 6:30, we have the fitness tip of the week. Every Sunday at 9:30 a.m., we have the morning service. And now we have a new one. Every Monday at 9 a.m., we have Shit Talking with Sensible Sherry. So if you want to know what that one is, tune in.
Yes.
It's gonna definitely change your way of thinking. If you're a parent, it's a must-watch show. Please, if you have any questions about MS, don't be afraid to reach out to the MS Warrior. She'll be more than happy to answer what she may know. All right.
Exactly.
So everybody, be blessed and bless people. Peace. I made you the dad. Shit Talking Sundays. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. If you haven't, man, I'm talking shit about you. Peace.
to all the mothers out there.
I'm thankful, and we just wanted you to know.
I'm thankful for you. For all the times you whipped my ass just to keep me in line. I'm thankful for you.
Everything you've done and you do just to keep me standing on two.
I'm thankful for you. Cause you stand so strong and have my back even though I'm wrong. I'm thankful for you.
And without you I'd be a mess, man, or nothing at all.
Let me start by saying 사랑해요. I don't say these words enough, I'm just letting you know. I hope you understand that it took me to grow before I can understand your love was more than a show. Growing up now, I got kids of my own. I can see the difficulties raising me all alone. Throughout the years we had our good and our bad, but you always came to the rescue all the times I made you mad. Depressed or even sad, I'm thinking it's just a fad. I apologize for it all, you're all I ever had. I'm thankful you gave me birth, I'm thankful for all you give. I'm thankful for the fact you love me and you love my kids. I'm thankful for what you taught me, I'm thankful for the Most High. I'm thankful we can talk and finally see eye to eye. I'm thankful you raised me strong, I'm thankful you raised me right. But most important, I'm thankful to have you in my life. I'm thankful for you. For all the times you whipped my ass just to keep me in line. I'm thankful for you.
Everything you've done and you do just to keep me standing on two.
I'm thankful for you. Cause you stand so strong and have my back even though I'm wrong. I'm thankful for you.
And without you I'd be a mess, man, or nothing at all. We didn't have a pot to piss in, but kept food in the kitchen. Hard-headed and wouldn't listen, that's why you were always bitching. Couldn't see the bigger picture, thought you relied too much on scriptures. Only now I'm realizing you can't take none of this with you. Working 2 9 to 5s, fighting just to survive. Walking a straight line while I waste potential and time. Calling that mess a grind, I was just rotting my mind. Thinking about it, crying, how could I be so blind? A blessing, that's what you are to have carried us all so far. I'm thanking you from my heart for bearing all of those scars. I'm telling you from the start, you never tore us apart. You never left us to suffer. The reason I craft this art, the reason I got this smile, the reason I got this game, the reason I got this style, the reason I'll never change is you. Cause without you I could never be the same. And that's the main reason why I would never quit saying
I'm thankful for you. For all the times you whipped my ass just to keep me in